as we all know about the little party Catherine Sapone and the rest of them had, so OTs quickly found something else where to can demonise people for having fun. In a pub in Kerry, and it's obviously belonged to Danny Healy-Way. The pub is owned by Danny Healy-Way. And the way the media is portraying this OT in the West, that you think Danny Healy-Way was there saying to everybody, go mad. But he wasn't there as far as the videos online. I've seen some of the videos circulating online. On it, he wasn't there. It looked to me he wasn't there unless he was in the back room. Maybe I didn't see him. But it's funny how OT went nuts today about it. And you think they should be asking, because nobody's worried about that. The vast majority of people I see online saying, oh, it's just people having fun. That's the word OT doesn't like, fun. The word people that have OT on the pub, listening to OT, fear-mongering every 10 seconds. You're in the pub, you're fearing every 10 seconds we're moving an inch, in case OT says, that's a dangerous place to move into. And listening to OT, that's the danger. That's what OT should be saying. It's a very dangerous thing to be listening to OT. But yeah, Danny Healy-Way, the pub down there, was people having fun, having a sing-song. It wasn't, I don't even see why the girls should even investigate or anything like that. It's just people want to live their lives and try and have a bit of fun, a bit of crack. And that's what Ireland's all about, having a bit of fun and having a bit of crack. Because if you're going to be serious in life, if you're going to be very, very serious, you're going to take life extremely serious and going to be very depressed, it'll be a very sad life for everybody in this country. And people need to live their life. And what they did when they were capturing Sapone in the West, and we had to pay for that. At least the people in Danny Healy-Way's pub are paying customers. They pay their way in. It's not like we have to pay for them. We have to pay for the TDs in Dáil Éireann to get their drinks in Dáil Éireann and Dáil Éireann Bowen, in the Bowen Dáil Éireann. And we had to pay for capturing Sapone's party, and all the guests and all the drinks and everything. Wouldn't you know it? And we paid their wages. And again, there's people looking for birthday parties. Remember, even people talk about they couldn't get birthday parties in Westwoods or anything because they wouldn't do it because they said it's only for weddings. And then you had these fuckers in Dáil Éireann just go off and do their own thing, including the Tánaiste, the Leo Farker. They were often done their own fucking thing and they didn't give a fuck about anything else. And broke their own rules, and the Attorney General and the rest of them are just making up porkies now. They're doing everything, OTs on damage control, full damage control. You know what? The best situation in the media, if you ask anybody in the media, is to go and put the attention, try and blame somebody else. Try and put the blame on somebody else. And obviously if the Dáil was here, the biggest opponents in the government questioning them wouldn't be Sinn Féin. It'd be independents, Mattie McGuire, Danny Healy-Way, Michael Healy-Way, the independents for change, or independents. They'd be the people giving the government a good hiding. I can't wait for Mattie McGuire to go back into Dáil Éireann and ask the Tánaiste about his little do in the 5-star hotel and who paid for it. I love when Mattie McGuire gives them a good doing. I hope to God the Dáil gets recalled back early. Imagine that, it'd be great crack. Just to see them swarming the seats, because again they're not swarming in the seat. Leo's gone off, I don't know where he's gone hiding. He's gone into hiding along with me whole Martin. The whole lot of them have gone into hiding. They're afraid they're absolutely mortified what people will do to them. It's not the media that they're mortified of, they're afraid what the people might say to them. And the people have a lot to say, because again, we are not, us, if we did that, we'd be in prison. Again, as you see now, few people had a bit of crack in Danny Healy-Way's pub, and now the guards are like, we're going to have to put the stop to this, we're going to have to send the armed response, we're going to have to send the army in, we're going to have to send everybody in to shut this fun down. Everybody has to be afraid, everybody has to be afraid to move and take up, even lift the glass of Guinness or anything, they'd be terrified. And again, it's just kind of saying, look this way, don't look at the government. And OT, they were more worried about that today. They were whinging about that in all the mainstream media. They were whinging about a few people having a bit of fun in a pub in Kerry. And then there was not even a word about when Leo went and the Catherine Sapone the West. That there wasn't even a word about that. It was quickly forgotten about it. Nothing said about it. Maybe an inch said about it, and then it was kind of like pushed to the back, and the peasants were told to look away and look down here, peasants. We've basically been told, look at this. A few people having fun. Isn't that a disgrace? And then you look at them, probably the people in the door when they went to the 5-star hotel. They probably had music blaring. There was no such thing as social distance. There was no such thing as masks. We all know it. They don't go by that. We all know that. We've seen the G7 and the rest of that. The elites don't have to wear masks. The TDs know that. They don't have to wear masks. They don't have social distancing. We all know it, and we have to pay for it. We all know it. They make hairs of us. They really just make hairs of us, and then the media has nothing to say about it. Because I'm sure there's a photo or something of it online, or there's something somewhere, a photo or video, or even for Golfgate there was probably somebody who took a video. And it's somewhere on the internet. We might not have found it yet. But like how the social distance, or like how the wore a mask, or had separate tables or into that, like how did it? Like how did it? And even the saying it's outside party, I don't believe them. I totally be honest with you, I don't believe there was an outside party. They probably were all in a big hall in the hotel having a big party. We probably wet their rooms and everything like that on the taxpayers dying. Again, these politicians, Quinnimus, I think we've got people from Mountjoy out. I think I trust them more than I would trust the politicians, because you couldn't trust them. What the shenanigans they've been pulling the last few months, you couldn't trust them. You couldn't trust them at all in this country. Very little politicians can trust. But yeah, I look forward to when Danny Healy-Way, Mikey Healy-Way and Matty McGuire gets back into the All-Out. Um, I'm, I'm looking forward to them asking the government some very hard questions, which they won't have answers to, I'm sure. I'm sure Leo will probably go into hiding for a month or two. He'd be afraid of losing his job. But anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think and subscribe more, and bye.